Aries, how are you? I wanted to do your detailed read for the month of December. I hope you're doing well. It's going to be a very high energy month for you. There is a full moon on the 7th, and the moon is in conjunction with your ruling planet, okay? In conjunction with Mars. Expect that one to be very heavy. It takes place about middle decan of Gemini, all right? So in your third house of communications, small networks, things of this sort, you might be presenting something or putting forth a lot of passion and energy and drive into some sort of project that requires that you communicate, all right, especially with closer networks, okay? Some of this may be emphasized by something that you've learned, okay, with the sun in the 9th house, or something about travels, maybe speaking out about travels, or looking to convey messages in which you're very, very passionate about, all right? And the month doesn't end, but our new moon in the month is on the 23rd, all right, right at the cusp of Capricorn season, and the new moon actually takes place right by the cusp of Capricorn and Sagittarius, all right, which is going to be very powerful for your 9th, 10th house cusp access, especially if you have any planets near those. So what occurs on the 7th might reach some sort of new stage in planning, or kind of, you know, be ready to go off the ground or hit a new phase of seeds that you sow somewhere around the 23rd or in the days that follow, okay? I also see, there'll be such a planetary alignment, a lot of planets packed in Capricorn, all right? Which is, you know, for you guys, it's your 10th house, okay? And you know, we're going to have the new moon, so the sun, at both luminaries, the sun and the moon are going to be in there right by the Sag cusp, along with Venus, which is about the middle decan, and then we have Mercury as well as Pluto. So that is a lot of planetary energy in your 10th house, okay? A very public house. So you may have something that goes off that gets some public kind of recognition or focus around the time of the 23rd and 2 weeks there following, or just be driving a lot of energies or dealing with a lot of different people, all right, in your more public spaces, or in your career at that time, all right? I've already pulled leaders, all right, to start us off, and I'm going to, I'll stop and take a look at the chart as we go along, but I am going to pull several categories, okay, this month. I'm going to do, I have one of two ways I usually do these, and you have a 7 of Wands at the bottom, okay? I am going to pull an area for your career, your love life, your family life, as well as a self-care, all right? So let's see what we shake out here for you guys, okay? You are starting here with, and this is my aisle for, I feel like something's going on with family a little bit, all right, here, possibly like rebuilding some friendships in the family, or some of you guys may have friends that are family and be working or developing on those, okay? Others of you could be having some issues, or there's reason for hope, but you're really going into your intuition right now with either a mate or a partner, okay? I have the Queen of Swords and the High Priestess, so there's something here about speaking as well as really using your intuition in regards to either some things that are esoteric or secret to you, or of a higher consciousness, all right? And for some of you, this could relate to news regarding your children, or you guys may have some children that are of focus right now, all right? And there's some sort of either some greed on the part of someone else, or some sort of holding on to something here with you that you have a hope for, but you're trying to kind of break out of some behaviors with, okay? And it could involve another person, all right? We're going to delve more into it as I pull clarifiers, okay? But there is a responsiveness here of, yeah. There looks like there might be a lot of conversations or some brainstorming going on here for you guys, which it makes sense, especially with what's happening in Gemini, okay, for you with that full moon, all right? Some of this, there might be, like there's some sort of sense of higher purpose here, all right, that's going on in your love life and in your aisle on your love life. That could just be you speaking about what you want. I do see like you have the ability either to love, or there's someone here that you love quite a bit, all right, and some sort of purpose here that's driving you in your love life, okay, whether you're with somebody or not. There's some sort of higher order here. I don't get the feeling that whoever this is playing the field. Okay. All right. There's a lot of sense of higher order, higher commitment here. Okay. And for some of you, you could just be really in love with your work right now, or something you're passionate about, but we're going to delve a little bit further into it. Okay. You've got a lot of swords here popping up. A lot of strength here for you guys. Okay. I'm going to wait till I speak on this. I'll call these out in just 1 second as soon as I pull the last aisle, okay? I do see some sort of like transition, and that would make sense because there's so many with the new moon's focus at the 9th and 10th house, okay, and so many planets in your 10th house of Capricorn towards the end of the month. Some of you, I do feel, are changing some things around at work, possibly because of family, or possibly because of family, all right, and what you want to focus on, okay? But we're going to take a look a little bit further in here. All right, I am getting the feeling that some of you are very, very gifted at something with work, regardless of whether you are fully engaged in your gift. But there is some sort of gift here that you're cultivating within yourself. That might be a gift of self-love, working through adversity. I do feel like there is a bit of adversity surrounding you, either in a family situation or something that you've gone through in the past here. That's kind of back processing here, all right, where there's some sort of kind of internal evolution on your part to evolve not just yourself but the people around you, okay, and your family and things of this sort, okay. On our first aisle, okay, hold on 1 second, why is this sticking here? Just want to make sure they're there. Just to call these out, I have the Four of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Page of Pentacles. So I do feel like a lot of news is coming in here in one sense or another regarding your family. You may be the deliverer of that news, and you may be like letting go of a certain situation here to do with either children or something in your extended family here, either with assembling or something else where you kind of need to speak, and speak your mind on something here, okay? And at the same time, I do feel like you are really treasuring some of your friendships, okay? While at the same time understanding, like, those that you cannot be friends with but still have to interact with on some level in your family, that they have a purpose in your life, even if it doesn't fulfill exactly what your ideal is of how that person should treat you, that there's some sort of realization here on that, and that you are able to set your boundaries and let go of expectations so that you can move forward within your own life, okay? I'm getting that very strongly here. All right, and I think I think that you're going to get a lot of encouragement either from your friends, or your friends are your family, or something of this sense. And I'm not seeing it yet, but I feel like there's some sort of underground letting go and struggle here that I think I'm going to get in the clarifiers, all right? On your love aisle, I have the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands. So some of you really could be putting your heart and soul into work. There might be a project or something you just love at work that you really want to make work. Your work could be your passion at this time, okay? For others of you, there might be communications on something you really want to work on and hone regarding your own place domestically, or your role domestically, and some brainstorming on that, how you move up at the ranks within government or work, making a real deep commitment to that, as well as to home, and communicating on that somehow might be of essence, okay? Especially with everything that you guys have going on in the third house. There may even be communications where you're sharing something about yourself, or really putting something personal about yourself, parlaying it into your work somehow, okay? But a lot of really, really strong energy. Really strong energy, very higher level, okay? Expertise, energy, and a lot of heavy communications, which I would expect, all right? But whatever it is, it's like entrenched in something that you feel, driven towards from the inside out, okay? On this aisle for your career, we have the King of Swords, the Two of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, and the Five of Cups. Again, there is like something in the background here that maybe didn't work out previously in regards to either a family business or a business partnership with a previous mate or something of this sort, where things did not work out as planned, and it, for whatever reason, it affected your happiness in your everyday family life, and there's some sort of grief or mourning here associated with it. There could have been a loss of either a mate or a loved one within the past couple years that hit you especially hard, which also involved some other things that really, really made you process here in one way or another, okay? And you could have had something go down at work, which was rather sad and weird, okay? But I see you in a very powerful position, or speaking up on this in some way if you're called to do so, all right? As well as being very like aware that, that there's change needed, okay? This is a lot of change. We have 2 5s in this lane, and 5s are representative of change, okay? I do see that the driving reason behind this change may, be based on these new things that you have going on with work, all right, and your higher ideals in regards to that, okay, and what it means to have a very firm foundation, all right, for you, all right, in your love life as well as your home life. I see that very, very strongly here, okay? For some of you, hold on a second, I'm going to start pulling some clarifiers. And then on this last aisle, we have the 8 of Cups, the 2 of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the 4 of Wands, and the Moon. And there is a message here about accepting challenges, and that's the best way to learn. And I do feel like there's a little bit of trepidation here. My Rams are usually not scared. You usually are very brave, okay? But if you are engaged in Ram-like work, which sometimes Ram-like work involves reinventing the way you do something, whether that's in your personal home life, that's spilling over into work, like how to make your work life bring in more passion for you. Like if you've become bored with your job, you may be looking to add passion to it, even if you haven't changed careers. For instance, if you're, attorney, you may be like looking to switch up some practice areas or do some pro bono work in certain things that you believe in to give you some more inward fulfillment or something of this sort, or take on a cause outside of your daily activities at work, even if you're not switching jobs, that gives you a sense of fulfillment and purpose that you're very attached to. Okay, and I do see that there is like a gift here. And I don't know if you were thinking of walking away from it or ignoring it or something of this sort, but there is some sort of decision here that you need to make that you're a little bit emotional about, or there might be some secrets or like strength that you need to muscle through this, or you may be afraid of some sort of exposure in regards to a gift that you have, especially if people don't really know about it or something of this sort, okay? like if you do something in particular and it requires some sort of professionality that doesn't go along with this other thing that you really believe in, that you want to act on, but you feel like it might be a challenge to either people in your life or something to do with your old persona or career, something of this sort here. I do see that there is a gift that you need to make a decision about that might be somewhat ignored or crushed down by you. And that this may be affecting your sense of self-worth right now, okay? Or you may be grappling about it or coming to some sort of realization about that you need to expand on this or nurture it as like a plant, if you will, okay? For it to grow. And that part of doing that, regardless of the outcome, is something that will give you an emotional fulfillment that you're seeking here on some level, okay? You guys are just popping off here with me, all right? But there's some sort of adversity here to it, or you're afraid maybe that if you speak out on certain things that you're going to be challenged. There's some sort of, and that may be in your smaller networks or groups here, all right? Again, I went over that, but let's start pulling some clarifiers on this first lane, shall we? I do feel like somebody from the past, either a past lover or somebody that was once in your life that you're not with anymore, is like a background cause of sadness in some way. All right, there may be some news regarding them that makes you a little bit emotional, or some dealings that you have with them over the course of December that makes you rather emotional or a little bit sad. I see you being fine with it, but I don't see it being like, I don't know, the easiest thing. Let's give me this Four of Pentacles here. I feel like if some of you are going through some sort of divorce or bondage that you have, either with an old job or on a family front, and do feel like somewhat it's on a family front, whether that's your own family, like a blended family scenario, or a previous family, there's some sort of feeling of entrapment here, and either of a waiting, like a fear that everything's going to blow up in a marriage, or some prior blow up that is kind of left you feeling restricted in some way. Okay, and that's usually a restriction of the mind, but I feel like you're coming out of that. I feel like you're letting go of these prior restrictions on you, okay? And that's giving you a sense of hope in December. However, you are processing it pretty heavily. For whatever reason, it's like something you realize needs to be done, or you're trying to do. Not to make it mean that it's easy, okay? Some of you could do something that has like a public sphere to it as well, okay? That is, for whatever reason, giving you a sense of justice. For those of you that are dealing with some sort of divorce, you may feel like some of it's public in some sort of way, or you don't like the publicity involved with just your personal life and the court system or something of this sort, okay? But some part of it may be necessary. You may be here at a decision phase in regards to something that's rather important that you feel hopeful about, okay? Whether you work in government or the justice system, you could work in government or justice or something of higher order here. Hold on. Some of you, I want to speak on this yet. Yeah, I feel like some of you had a bad breakup in the past or something that was dysfunctional, or domesticated live-in partnership that was dysfunctional here that you're kind of processing here, or that was going on in your family. Now that could have been a family breakup and a relationship that was outside of yourself as well. Some sort of parental divorce or something like this. But there is some sort of obsession here or prior codependency that existed in your family that you're processing right now in regards to your relationships, okay? And the assertion that you want to be very, very good friends with somebody that you get into a relationship with, something of this sort, okay? And there could have been some sort of falling out or feelings of entrapment here with things that went down in your own family, okay? And for some reason, you may be like, whether you're like in therapy or these things have just been processed over the past year. For some of you, you could have a masculine figure, or you could be a masculine figure in your life that comes into your life or is already in your life that has a lot of Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio in their chart that you either lived with or will possibly cohabitate with, that you want a strong foundation with. Now, if you are a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio rising, this also could be you really going into your intuition about the things you will and will not stand for, okay? And I do feel like there is some news in regards to a domestic situation here, or prior domestic situation, or just some fuckery of somebody, possibly somebody you used to live with not treating you right, that used to be your person, okay? As well. All right, I do feel like you're making a decision, or there's something possibly that you're ending with a court situation, and that you kind of get up, you feel hopeful about, even though like it's been a very stressful thing or something of this sort. All right. And I do feel like you're letting go of a lot of past pains or something, you know, restrictions that you felt on yourself. Like if you felt like you could not move on a situation, or I feel like that's going to cease or end. Okay, I do feel like you feel hopeful about it. I don't feel like you're very happy about what's gone down or what's going on, but I do feel like you're able to speak and on it, and you are not afraid. Right? If you were afraid before, it's weird to say a ram was ever afraid, but you know, when we're dealing with family scenarios and situation, this could be something a little bit, you know, different. I am getting somebody here in the family was either possibly a Capricorn or born on the Capricorn Aquarius cusp, that you're either dealing with, or something of this sort. This person could be controlling, or or this person could come into your life that you're going to, you know, kind of have a very happy home, happy life kind of vibe with, okay? That kind of turns things around here a bit, okay? I do see a lot of intuition playing out here, and I do see you in a very, very honest space, as well as possibly this person, okay? So you're either honest about what went down with somebody that's possibly a past person here, or what's truly going on in some sense scenario here that is of prominence, all right? And some of you, well, I'm gonna wait until I'm gonna wait. Let's go to the next dial, okay? Give me this Ace of Swords. I do feel like some of you may have Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius also in your stead that you get into an argument with about something, or is competitive with you in some way, jealous of you or competitive with you in some way, that you're you know, speaking a truth to, or need to speak a truth to, about the way they're acting or something of this sort, okay? If you have predominant air in your chart, you could also be showing up here, or this part of your personality, especially with that moon conjunct Mars and Gemini. This could absolutely be you, because you're going to have a lot of passion in your communications, okay? You're not going to be shy, all right, of something that's hard or requires competition here, okay? You are not going to be shy, all right? Others of you, hang on, give me this King of Pentacles. There may be some competition for you on a domestic front as well, okay? Others of you could be dealing with somebody with some earth, or two people with some earth, and I'm going to wait to speak on this one. Hold on. With some earth and fire in their chart, but I feel like, hold on. This is you. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of manifestation here, okay, in regards to what you want, in regards to your love life, happiness, all right? And you may like reach some sort of point where people are competing for you, or you're just like not dealing with any kind of bullshit here on the love front, okay? Hold on. I do feel like somebody here in your love life, here's that Queen of Swords again, holy shit, is, you know, possibly going to have some Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or you're just really freaking popping off here, okay? If there was a languishing ending in regards to something regarding your independence, either your recommitment to it, or breaking away from somebody, that may have been impeding your work a little bit, okay? But I feel like you're going to be working on whatever it is to get something done and over with. If something was languishing, or somebody was kind of feeding off you or something like this. All right, some of you, hold on. I am getting the instance that either you're a father figure, or there is a father figure involved in this scenario here, okay? And that you may have some victory with, okay, whether that's a new person coming into your life, or something here. I just feel like there is a lot of, and some of you may be married to your work at this time, and if so, like, you have some expertise here, or somebody else does, that's going to come in to help you with something in your love life that's very, very beneficial, okay? And goodness, 8 of Wands. And again, some of you may either your work or something to do with something going on in the family feels a little too public for you, or something like this. And that's actually like holding you back a little bit. Holding you back a little bit. Okay, and if some of you were waiting to communicate or waiting to get back out there, you may decide to dip your foot into like the pond of just seeing. I don't get the feeling that you are a casual dater right now, but you may be open to like talking to people and being a little flirty or something of this sort here, okay? Because I am getting the Knight of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Page of Cups. So somebody could be communicating some sort of apology, or some sort of really sweet words and nothingness, you know, kind of just sweetness. Now, again, this could also have to do with what you do, but there is a lot of communication that's going to be taking place here, okay? And in whatever it is, like, I do feel like there is a lot of love behind whatever you are investing in, whether it's in your love life. There's just a lot of purity of intention here with you, okay? A lot of purity of intention, okay? Which is excellent, Aries. Okay, give me this King of Swords down here. I'm just going to get a different deck in case I have repeaters. I hope you guys are doing well. Happy December. Hope you guys are getting good deals on all your holiday shopping. Okay, I always look for deals. I always feel better when I get deals. Okay, give me this King of Swords here. You have so many Kings and Queens of Swords. I do feel like there was a prior domestic partnership here, either that was broken up, or that you may be considering again. Two mature people, 35 or above here though. For some of you, and for others of you, there could have been some thoughts of getting into a commitment that might turn into something long-term here, okay? But I am seeing somebody from the past here popping up, or still in your energy for some reason, okay? Hang on. I think that's 2 of Wands. I do feel like there is like, and I've already said this, some sort of opportunity here at work, or you feel like you either missed one or you're gonna get one, all right? But it's important to take advantage of the tools that you have, okay? Including any gifts that you have, especially if you've been, sorry about that, I had to restart. Give me this, 10 cups. Some of you could have had like an ex or somebody else that's a little bit out of bounds, or you felt like there was something out of bounds here that like happened in your personal life that actually gummed up the works with your work. Now, others of you could actually be in the therapy industry or help people in one way or another in various forms, okay? And there's something about that change that's going on that's coming into your work or your purpose where you're looking to apply that on an external basis here to help others, and that it ends up being like therapeutic for you, something of this sort here, okay? I am getting that you guys are a little bit with your guards up when it comes to love and some stuff in your career, which I feel like I've already said, okay? And I do feel like some of you are healing from some sort of abandonment wounds or something like this with your family, regardless of how far those go back. But there's something very sweet here in regards to you, even though you have this tough exterior ram, okay? And I usually see you with a lot of fire energy in general, but I'm seeing you with a lot of fire energy and cups energy, okay? I do feel like emotions will be high at certain points in this month for you, okay? If you feel like doing anything super rash, you know, take your time to think about it. I feel like you have every ability to reprocess it and decide exactly how you want to apply it, okay? Hold on a second. Give me this. I do feel like some of you there's a lot of father-mother issues here, whether you have children or something like this, and I do feel like you're walking away from something that you were extremely attached to, okay, as to your own father or as to your role as a father or some other father figure here that you're with that you had to walk away from, okay, because of unhealthy behavior here. I feel like I've already mentioned this. Give me the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, and like there is like a choice to walk away from something and speak the truth about walking away from something. And again, I don't feel like you're a trepidatious person. I mean, a ram has but some of these things are not too easy. And I feel like something here with the give and take, either a family scenario or with an ex here was kind of not fair, and you had to make a decision, okay, here. And you may be required to speak on something that happened, either with that ex or with somebody else to get justice, okay? But there is some sort of gift here at the door here if you do it. So I would recommend that you know, fear not. Oh my God, you just like spit out on me when I said that. Fear not is what I'm getting. Like, that's what I'm getting off this is fear not. I feel like there is a lot of trepidation about doing something that, again, like a ram is usually not afraid to speak up, but in this scenario, this has ties to either your love life or an ex or family matters that are, okay. Hang on one second. I just feel like you're like building up towards stability of something, okay? And if you meet somebody new, you know, it may have the potential to go very far. I feel like you'll take your time with it and take good care of it, but I feel like you have your eyes on the end goal, which includes a very stable foundation and home and family life for you, as well as like hitting some new rung at work here. That's very important to you. That requires, again, some amount of risk, in which it's kind of like your ego, your fear of either public recognition or commentary on the part of those around you, something of this sort. Which is kind of have you in the wings a little bit, but that you're okay with it, and that you are going to be moving like very well towards it. Okay. Hang on. I do feel like a new contract or some sort of new foundation here when it comes to happiness and family and transition has gone on for you, okay? I do feel like some of you may, you know, again, meet somebody new. I feel like for some of you, if you do that, that person could have some water in them, or water in their chart, okay, of significance, all right? Or that may relate to your ex, but you know, I am seeing your energy here. We have a queen and a king of wands on the board as well. I just want to like take the time to look here in regards to, there is something that you need to like walk away from or speak up about, not ignore, but address. And I do feel like you are going to be addressing it. I do feel like for whatever reason it was hard for you to address. And part of that decision is just to walk away from somebody, but you may have to take some action in doing that, okay? I see you doing it, all right? All right, and again, there may have been something here where you were kind of screwed over a bit or felt screwed over. I see you, again, making decisions, you know, in your glory towards a new foundation here, all right? And this is like an internal and external foundation for you. That's very, very strong, all right? And it does have to do with you, like, toning into your own gifts, all right? Additionally, some of you may have had something here that went on with family that was screwy. Like maybe you went through a divorce and, you know, your parents didn't approve of the divorce or something of this sort, caused a whole bunch of freaking problems, you know, in the past. But I see that changing and turning around. But I just see that's kind of in the process here, okay? On a self-aisle, okay? And some of you could be, you know, really working on your own bad habits here. On a domestic front, and in regards to either your choice in men or your role as a boss, father figure, you know, big head dude here, all right? And breaking away from your old preconceived notions of what the perfect XYZ is. I also see that pretty big here. And that out of this turmoil that has happened here, which I don't feel like is super recent, I feel like it's been like, it's cumulative here. That you are able to, that there is still a gift that you can see at the door, and that is your own internal change and this new thing that you want to grab a hold of, okay? At the same time, there is something here that's closing out or needs addressing that you are hopeful about. I do feel like you were a little bit trepidatious about before for whatever reason. I'm not sure if you thought you couldn't assert yourself or you were going to lose something or something like this, but I don't feel like you are. I feel like, you know, I don't want to say the gods are in your favor here, but it does look like a lot of that was internal, and I do see a lot of work here that was being done here on your part, okay? I do feel like there's a lot of work to manifest, you know, your own happiness as well here, all right? Just want to take a look at this real quick. Some of you may, you know, either be seeing an attorney some point in this month. Some of you could be an attorney, but you may be discussing the law here in one way or another, or dealings with the law or something. It's going to work out fine. You know, I do see you coming from a great place of introspection here in regards to your work, and a lot of wisdom. A lot of wisdom. But funneling that into your love life and what you do, it's like, is going to make a huge difference. A huge difference. So enjoy the month. All right, my Ram, I love you guys. I will be doing a special for the full moon as well as for the new moon. I will see you later.